So, sir, as we begin this session, first we would like to understand from you what Akashic Records are. We've heard this term many times, but personally, we don't exactly know what it is. And the audience would also like to know about it. So, first, please tell us about the Akashic Records.
Look, I will try to explain this in as simple language as possible so that everyone can understand. I've often seen that many people try to explain it, and they do explain it, but there are some technical aspects that not everyone is able to grasp, so I will try to be very candid. For example, let's say you have a phone, okay? And whether it's an Apple phone or any other phone, if it gets locked, you enter the password 2 or 3 times, it got locked. So, what do you have to do? You have to contact Apple. Okay, let's not take the Apple example. Let's take the example of a Google email account because everyone has an email account. So, if you have some data stored in your email, in your drive, your emails, there can be a lot of things. And if there's anything there that you think you need, you try to access it. But due to a wrong password or any other reason, there could be any reason, and the account gets locked, right? So now, if you want to access it, you have to wait for some time. In the same way, if you want to access your past lives, but your current mental condition or your physical condition, whatever it may be, is such that it doesn't allow you to see your own past life regression,
PLR means only past life.
you are not being allowed to see your past life. Your condition, whether it's your body condition, emotions, mentality, whatever it is, not allowing you. So, in that case, let's come back to the Google example. Now, if I want to access records from Google, then where would the blueprint of those records be? It would be on their server, right? In the same way, your old records would also be stored on some kind of server. All right, now that server, you must have often heard the names Chitragupt G, Yamraj G in old movies. They keep records, so they have a library for every individual, right? So whoever is an Akashic record holder or an Akashic record reader, what do? On your behalf, to view your records, they go there. Okay, in a past life, not just the last life. Sir, the one who goes to that place, who goes to that library, goes there to take out the book in your name. Okay, I understand. All right. Now, from that book, they look for the answers to your questions. Now, it could be that one of your questions is, what is my purpose in life? So there's an index, and in the index there's a column written as purpose of life. So let's say you've had 50 past lives. Then in 49 of those lives, your purpose of life would have been different each time. This is your 50th life. So you'll get a separate 50th page for the purpose of life for this one. And that's what you get. Now the next question is, why am I not getting married? What kind of sin did I commit? And in which lifetime did I do it? Well, that book is very big. So to find out in which lifetime it happened, that's how it's accessed. That means if you have any past karmas that you cannot access for any reason, then in this situation, if someone else is accessing them on your behalf, that process is called seeing your Akashic records. This is the process. In other words, it's your life, but someone else is the one looking at it.
Sir, can we check the data of all our past lives in this?
Absolutely, you can. It's like your Google account. Your entire record is stored on the server. If everything is stored there, and if I go in with the questions you've given me, then we can access it. So it can be anything. Suppose the email account was created in 2008. If it was made in 2008, then all the records from then until now will be there. In the same way, whenever your soul was created, now look at how the soul transitions. You know how they say there are 8.4 million life forms. So what happens first is that whenever a soul takes birth, it starts from the very minimum, that is, it begins as a non-living object. The soul first lives through all those lives that belong to non-living things. That is the life of energy. After that, it gets upgraded. Now, what kind of upgrade happens? Now, it moves on to plants. There are many kinds of plants. Some give fruit, some give flowers, some give honey, whatever it is, nectar. Some are such that they provide medicine. There are even some that are carnivorous, like when an insect sits in the middle and the leaves close up. So there are all kinds of plants. So now, where did your upgrade happen? From non-living things, the second step is living things, but plants. After that come animals. Now, there are many types of animals. There are creeping creatures, those that crawl. Those that live in water are different. Those that fly are different. In this way, step by step, we cross through so many life forms of monkeys, elephants, dogs. After that, we come into the human form. All right, this is the final stage. It's the final stage. Okay. Now, when we have reached the human form, all the actions, karmas up until now were such that you were given a specific task. You had to eat grass. You had to eat other animals. You had to eat algae. You had to eat whatever you were meant to eat. That was simply your task because you had very small life forms, very short lives. But now, after coming into human life, what have you received? You have been given both a heart and a mind. The heart represents your emotions. You think, I need this thing, but to get it, either you will work hard or you will resort to deceit. So that is the mind, that is discernment. So, how should you go about it? Now, after coming into human life, you get entangled in the bonds of karma. The more actions you perform, the more your life cycle keeps moving forward. Some of your actions you will see and settle in this very life. For some, you will get a new life. It is said that when one human life ends, we either go to heaven or to hell. But that's not actually the case. After going there, as I mentioned about Chitragupta, you are told about your deeds. You are told what good and bad you have done. Based on that, you are given a new purpose of life.
Okay.
Now, along with the purpose of life, you are given a family. When you get a family, you also get certain circumstances. You might be born into a good family, a middle class family, or even into Ambani's family, whatever.
Right.
Right. So it's all based on your karma.
Okay.
You had to be born at a certain time, but whose family you were born into, that was decided based on your purpose of life. Now, after coming here, if your life is in a rickshaw puller's family, it feels like hell. If it's in Ambani's family, it feels like heaven. So, to experience heaven and hell, we come here to the mortal world.
No one is actually thrown into a cauldron in hell.
Do you know what happens if we talk about astrology? In astrology, it is said that the sun represents the father,
Yes.
moon is the mother.
The moon is the mother. Got it.
And when we talk about the 27 constellations, those 27 constellations are actually the daughters of King Daksha, who were married to Lord Chandra. Sometimes they become male, sometimes female, sometimes they become mothers, sometimes they become the wives' husbands. So why is that? Those are just stories. It's like when they say the moral of the story. So different stories have been created for that.